Working night shift at a gas station, you see all kinds of people. But there's one customer I'll never forget, and I pray I never see him again. I was 19 and working the graveyard shift at a Shell station off Highway 40. It was usually dead between 2 and 5 a.m. Maybe one or two customers, tops. I'd spend most of my time restocking shelves or scrolling through my phone. One night, around 3 a.m., a guy walked in. He was tall, maybe mid-30s, wearing a dirty gray hoodie. Nothing too unusual, except he didn't go to the shelves or the drink coolers. He just stood by the door, staring at me. "Can I help you?" I asked. He didn't answer, just kept staring. After about 30 seconds, he finally walked over to the counter. He leaned in close, way too close, and smiled. His teeth were stained yellow. "You work here alone?" he asked. My stomach dropped. "No," I lied. "My manager's in the back." He tilted his head, still smiling. "I don't think so," he said. "I've been watching. Nobody's come or gone in 2 hours." I felt my hands start shaking. "Do you need something or—" He slammed his hand on the counter, making me jump. Then he laughed. "Relax," he said. "I'm just messing with you." He bought a pack of cigarettes and left. I locked the door after him and watched through the window. He got into a beat-up sedan parked across the street and just sat there. Engine off, lights off. I called my manager. He told me to stay inside and call the cops if the guy tried to come back in. For the next hour, the car didn't move. The guy just sat there, visible in the glow of the streetlight, staring at the station. At 4:30 a.m., he started his car and drove away. I thought that was the end of it. 2 nights later, he came back. Same time, same hoodie. He walked in, didn't buy anything, just stood by the door watching me for a few minutes. Then he left and sat in his car across the street for another hour. This happened 3 more times over the next 2 weeks. I started dreading my shifts. I'd watch the clock, and every night around 3 a.m., my chest would tighten. Sometimes he'd show up, sometimes he wouldn't. But even when he didn't, I felt like he was out there somewhere, watching. The last time I saw him, he walked up to the counter and said, "I know where you live." I froze. He smiled. "Small town," he said. "Not hard to figure out." Then he left. I quit the next day. I didn't even give 2 weeks' notice. I just called my manager and told him I was done. A month later, I heard from a former coworker that the guy had been arrested. Apparently, he'd been following another girl who worked at a diner a few miles away. She filed a restraining order. When the cops searched his car, they found a knife, duct tape, and zip ties. I still think about what might have happened if I'd stayed. I worked as a hospital custodian on the night shift. Most people think hospitals are creepy at night. They have no idea how right they are. I got hired at County General Hospital as a custodian when I was 22. The night shift paid more, and since I was saving up to move out of my parents' place, I took it. My job was simple: clean the floors, empty the trash, sanitize rooms. Most of the hospital was quiet at night, just a skeleton crew of nurses and doctors in the ER and ICU. But there was one wing I hated, the old psychiatric ward. It had been shut down 5 years earlier after the hospital built a newer facility across town. The entire 3rd floor was empty. Abandoned rooms, stripped beds, peeling paint. We still had to clean it once a week to keep dust and mold from building up. One night, I was mopping the hallway when I heard a door slam. I stopped and looked around. All the doors were propped open. That was protocol. But now one of the rooms at the end of the hall had its door closed. I walked over and opened it. The room was empty. Just a bare mattress on a metal frame and a single window with bars on it. I propped the door open again and went back to mopping. 5 minutes later, I heard it slam again. "Okay," I muttered to myself. "It's just the air pressure or something." I wedged a doorstop under it and continued working. Then I heard footsteps. Not loud, just soft, shuffling sounds coming from one of the rooms. The footsteps moved slowly down the hallway, getting closer. "Hello," I called out. "Is someone up here?" The footsteps stopped. I radioed down to security. They said no one else was up there. Then I heard singing. A woman's voice. Soft, slow, like a lullaby. I backed toward the stairwell. The singing stopped. Then I heard it right behind me. I ran. When I told my supervisor, he just sighed. That floor is weird, he said. I never went back. I thought being a night watchman at a warehouse would be easy money. I was wrong. I took a job as a night watchman at a huge distribution warehouse on the outskirts of town. The company shipped electronics, TVs, computers, that kind of thing. My job was to sit in a small office near the loading docks and monitor the security cameras. The warehouse was massive, probably the size of 2 football fields. It was completely automated. Around 1 a.m., I noticed movement on one of the cameras, just a shadow passing between 2 rows of shelves. I rewound the footage. There it was. I grabbed my flashlight and headed inside. That's when I heard footsteps on the catwalk above me. Then silence. Back in the office, I saw a figure standing outside the main door, watching. The police found nothing. No forced entry, no evidence. They said it was probably a glitch. I quit 2 weeks later. I don't know what was in that warehouse, but I'm glad I'm not there anymore. If you've had a scary experience working the night shift, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed these stories, subscribe for more.